Hola clase! For today's lesson, you will learn about cognates. You will understand what a cognate is and be able to recognize them and utilize them to help you translate from Spanish to English. For your haga na hora today, what do you think the following cognates mean in Inglés? Pause the video and in your notebooks, in your cuadernos, write what you believe the following words translate to. Bueno. So in your notebooks, you should have translated what you think these words are. For número uno, concierto. Concierto is the word for concert in Inglés. Número dos, emergencia. Emergencia translates to emergency. Número tres, farmacia. Farmacia is the word for pharmacy in Inglés. So words that have PH in English the PH will turn into an F in Español. Okay, you also see that with the word teléfono. Okay, that PH will also become an F. Número cuatro, increíble. Increíble is a cognate for incredible. Número cinco, fabuloso. Fabuloso is the word for fabulous in English. Y número seis, diccionario. Okay, that's not too hard to tell that is the word for dictionary in Inglés. Muy bien. Okay, ¿qué es un cognado? What is a cognate? A cognate is a word in Spanish that looks very similar to English and carries the same meaning. You'll be able to identify the word even the first time you see it. You know more Español than you think. General rules for cognates in Spanish. Some of the general rules you can use to understand how English and Spanish cognates relate. Typically, words that end in ity in English become dad in Spanish. For example, the word for city becomes la ciudad. Words that end in ious in English become ioso in Spanish. For example, the word curious becomes curioso. Words that end in ance in English become ansia in Spanish. For example, ambulance in English becomes ambulancia. Words that end in ly in English become mente, end in mente. For example, personally becomes personalmente. Words that end in tion in English become cion. For example, the word action becomes acción. Okay, these are the general rules that apply. There are many different examples of this. In this assignment, I have shared a video through Studio that explains many different examples of cognates. It's an excellent video that explains perfect cognates, near perfect cognates, and also false cognates. Okay, vamos a practicar en sus cuadernos. In your notebooks, please write down what you believe the translations are for these Spanish cognates. Okay, very similar to what we just did on your haga na hora. For the do now, please translate what you believe that what these words translate to. So pause the video right now and do 1 a 13, 1 to 13 in your cuadernos. Muy bien. So for número uno, artista is the word for artist. Número dos, situación is the word for situation. There is that word that ends in tion in English, now ends in cion. Número tres, necesario is the word for necessary. Número cuatro, universidad. This is the word for university. You'll see again a word that ends in ity in English, now ends in dad. Número cinco, romántico. This is the word for romantic, almost a perfect cognate. Número seis, histérico. This is the word for hysterical. Número 7, diferente. Also another near perfect cognate, right? This is the word for different. Easy to see that that is the word for different. Número 8, doctor. This is an example of a perfect cognate. It is the same exact translation. It is the same spelling and everything, just the pronunciation changes. Número 9, argumento. You guessed it, that is the word for argument. Número 10, diferencia. This is the word for difference. Número 11, importante. Another near perfect cognate. This is the word for important. You'll just see that they look the same. The pronunciation changes just a bit. Número 12, famoso. This is the word for famous. Okay, this is a word that ends in O-U-S, now becomes O-S-O. Y número 13, familia. This is the word for family in español. Muy bien. So you can read Spanish too. You may not know it, but I bet you can read and understand the meanings of these sentences. Let's give it a try. Número 1. El elefante es un animal inteligente. Número 2. Hay jirafas en África. Número 3. La cebra es un animal diferente. Número 4. Hay muchos camellos en el desierto. Número 5. El tigre es un animal feroz. Número 6. El restaurante es delicioso. Y número 7. La televisión es muy grande. So pause the video and see if you can translate these sentences. They are full of Spanish cognates. Buena suerte. Okay, for número 1, el elefante es un animal inteligente. So I'm sure you got the translation. The translation for that sentence is the elephant is a smart animal. So in Spanish, the adjectives follow the nouns. So that's why it is un animal inteligente. Número 2, hay jirafas en África. Okay, translates to there are giraffes in Africa. Okay, jirafa looks like giraffe and Africa is spelled the same way. Perfect cognate. Número 3. La cebra es un animal diferente. This translates to the zebra is a different animal. Número 4. Hay muchos camellos en el desierto. This translates to there are a lot of camels in the desert. Okay, camellos and desierto look very similar to the word for camel and desert in Inglés. 5. El tigre es un animal feroz. The tiger is a ferocious animal. Número 6. El restaurante es delicioso. Very easy to see that this sentence reads the restaurant is delicious. Y número 7, la televisión es muy grande. The television is very big. Muy bien, excelente. Moving along here. Here are some more examples of cognates. Okay, near perfect cognates. You'll see some of the general rules that we were talking about before, where in English, T-I-O-N becomes C-I-O-N, like vacación, vacation, formación, formation, motivación, motivation. Okay, words that end in ISM in English become ISMO, like organismo, or patriotismo. Then we have words that end in IC in English become ICO, like orgánico, mecánico. Okay, and then you can see some more patterns on the next two columns. Okay, the video that I will share that I was talking about before has more examples of these different patterns. All right, false cognates, words that look alike but do not have the same meaning, okay? So I've given some examples here. We have la ropa. What do you think la ropa would translate to, right? You're probably thinking that that is the word for rope, but it is not. La ropa is the word for clothing. The word for rope in Spanish is la cuerda. Aquí, la cuerda is the actual word for rope. But first looking at it, you would think that it was. This is what we call a false cognate. Another example of a false cognate is carpeta. I'm sure at first glance you would think that is the word for carpet. Looks just like it, but it is not. Carpeta is the word for folder, right? One of the supplies you got from my class this year, a carpeta. The actual word for carpet is alfombra, right? Looks nothing like carpet. So that's another example of a false cognate. And then my third example I gave you guys is the word éxito. I'm sure you think this word is the word for exit in Spanish, but it is not. Éxito means success. The actual word for exit in Spanish is this word right here, la salida. So you'll see that it is a false cognate because it does not look like the word that it is. And in the video that I'll post, it'll have some more examples of false cognates. So what did you guys learn today? Okay, what in your notebooks, in your cuadernos, please tell me what is a cognate. Y número dos, write down 4 examples of cognates. Muchas gracias y hasta luego. If you have any questions, remember, please send me a message on Canvas or you can send me an email directly. Bueno, entonces, adiós, hasta pronto.